And one of the reasons I like to come by this meeting every year is just for that reason. Even though I don't have a chance to chat with many of you, just watching you, and listening to you, and seeing how committed you are to making sure that schools are safe and that all young people have their rights protected for them, not only in school, but wherever that may be, is a great deal of inspiration. I was a little bit down tonight before I came because I had CNN on, and following some of the activities related to the healthcare bill that's going to be voted on in the House tomorrow, and it appears as if it's going to pass, from my perspective, thankfully. But there were some things that were going on surrounding it that were really, really disturbing. You may know and may have run into some folks who are involved in Tea Party group and others who are here to try to influence the vote and make themselves heard. Well, 3 of them made themselves heard today in incredibly negative ways. I don't know if you all know who John Lewis is. John Lewis is a congressperson who is an absolute hero to the civil rights movement. John Lewis was one of the people who marched across the Pettus Bridge way back to gain equal rights for African Americans in this country. He was one of the men who was beaten during that particular time, and he's just an incredible man who's done an enormous amount for this country. During the day today, he was walking into the Capitol building, and someone had the effrontery to call him the N-word. Another African American congressperson was walking by, and someone had the effrontery to spit on him. And then Bonnie Frank was in the halls of Congress, and one of the people who was there protesting had the effrontery to call him a faggot. Now, I heard those 3 things, one right after another. I said, oh Lord, here I thought we as a country had come so far, and then you hear these things. Or you see what happened to the young woman who's wanted to bring her partner or girlfriend to prom, and rather than allow that to happen, they just canceled the prom. Those kinds of things that are going on. So you get a little down sometimes. You think you've lived through it all when you get to be my age, and things are so much better. And in fact, they are. They're much, much better. But they're nowhere near where they should be. And then I come and have a chance to sit down and chat with the terrific GLSEN staff people who are here, and I have to tell you that the staff people who work for GLSEN are really terrific. You'll get to know many of them this weekend, and I'm sure when you walk away, you'll feel good about the fact that these people are working so hard for you. But anyway, you sit down and talk with them, just walk around and listen and watch the excitement that you all have, and it's restorative. All of a sudden you hear about those 3 clowns over on the hill who did these kinds of things, and you say, okay, it's not going to stop the health care bill from being passed. It's not going to stop the 35 or so people who are here from talking with their congresspeople and try to affect change. It's not going to stop you and the young people and adults that you work with to continue to do the good hard work that you do back home. So you're an inspiration to those of us who serve on the board, and I'm sure you're an inspiration to the staff persons who work to make things happen. So just keep in mind, no matter how many of these terribly negative things that you hear about, remember the people you work with and work for, and remember the kind of commitment that you'll see here this week, and remember the reactions that you get, most of which will be positive, and think good things, and don't give up, and make sure that the skills that you learn here in organizing and in other things that you can bring back with you to your homes, you put to good use, and just keep recruiting other people to help you so that you're not out there doing it alone. So to you, I say thank you so very much for your commitment. I wish when I were young there was a GLSEN. I wish when I was young there were young folks like yourselves and adults like yourselves who were so committed to LGBT causes. There weren't then, but thankfully there are now. And you epitomize the work that's being done. So have a great couple of days here, or a few days, and work hard, and just thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. It's greatly appreciated.